what I wanted to do was start with an illustration. When I was just starting out, I had one gentleman in his 50s and the family brought him in. He was spending money left and right, wasn't making good judgments anymore, wasn't his work. He worked for himself and his work was suffering. And he also did strange things. Like I remember he got on a riding lawnmower in the rain and went 20 minutes down a highway to go visit family and stayed for 5 minutes and then got back on his riding mower and came home and didn't have any explanation for the family why he did that. Very strange. And I wasn't sure what to do. So I sent him to the psychologist and the psychologist said, "Oh, I think he's depressed and he can come back if he wants to." And I was like, no, he's running through their money. He is not doing his work. Something is really off. And it took me a while to find a neuropsychologist. So that's not a psychiatrist. That's not a psychologist. That's someone who does the testing and they see how the function in different parts of the brain are working. And that's what showed that his memory was okay, but his ability to think critically and be rational was broken. And so what they did was they got him conserved and they, took over the money so he couldn't burn through the money anymore. Another example was a gentleman who had been an engineer, kind of straight-laced, and all of a sudden he was in assisted living. He was being sexually inappropriate with the staff and other residents. He was drinking alcohol. He was shoplifting, and his poor daughter didn't quite know what to do. So she came to me and I did an evaluation and I realized that his mini mental status was 30 out of 30, but something wasn't right. And so what I had said to him, we tried to get him to agree that his judgment was off. He couldn't be rational. I mean, the things you can also ask are, if you saw a child, a toddler on a pier out in a lake by themselves, what would you do? And one gentleman said, well, he would swim to go get him. If they have really odd answers, then you need more evaluation. So what we did in this case was we were trying to convince him that I said that he didn't have capacity for judgment and reasoning. I mean, he never shoplifted before. He was never inappropriate. He needed medications to help him with that. And he would get upset if you called it dementia. So I said, impulse control. So we're in the courtroom and I told the prosecuting attorney, please don't say dementia, just say impulse control. And he didn't listen to me. He goes, well, Joe Smith, do you agree that you have dementia? Because that's what you get conserved for. And even lawyers don't always understand the difference between regular dementia and frontal dementia. And he's like, I don't have dementia. And I was saying, call it impulse control. So we didn't get to conserve him and he ran through some more money. And a few months later, we got more testing, and brought it back to the court and then he got conserved.